their talent and for their determination. But we also recognize that almost everybody in the county had a hand in this year's election and this year's award. We had help from the commissioners and Mike Frommer, the prosecuting attorney's office, George Keitz's IT department, PR, everything else. Help with human resources, the whole bit. So we're the ones that are going to hold on to this, but it really was earned by everybody in the Delaware County government. We thank you for your support.
Any comments from fellow commissioners? Commissioner Lewis.
Sure. Congratulations. Oh my gosh. And especially in this year, all that you went through. I mean, you're very gracious to give us some credit, but the staff is just outstanding. Everyone does a wonderful job. I cannot thank you enough. What an honor, though.
Thank you.
88 counties. I mean, it's
Yes,
great.
and you know, we had trepidations about what we had to do. Our staff was on site every day. We met literally tens of thousands of voters from across the county to come in and vote early. We had an election season that basically started in August of 19 that didn't wrap up until the end of December, actually January of 2021, because of the extended primary, the early filing dates. There was no break in there. And then once we'd conducted our mandated audits that the state requires, we decided we wanted to delve deeper, and we hand counted every vote, 140,000 votes in this county, just to make sure that all of our systems were correct.
Oh my gosh.
Commissioner Benton.
Gee.
Yeah, it is remarkable. What a crazy year it was. And I think we had 83% turnout.
Yes.
I think it was in that range, which is the highest I think we've ever had, period. And the most votes, the highest percentage turnout, you know, a very complex election process and season, as you mentioned. So glad that Secretary LaRose recognizes how good our team is. And it is a team effort, I completely agree, but the leadership is what makes it exceptional. So thank you all.
Thank you
Great
very
job.
much.
My comments are, well, the Secretary of State's telling us what we already knew, right? And it's almost redundant because the things I'm about to say I've said before. I don't think there's a Board of Elections in the state that does a better job than our Board of Elections. I don't think there's a taxpayer, a voter in this county that should go to bed at night with any questions about the quality and the accuracy of the elections in our county. And to the degree that others aren't performing at that level, we all should be performing at that level, because credibility of our race, our elections are extremely important. And if we lose that, we really lose the whole democratic process, in my opinion. Everybody that's here with the board today, thank you. It's only possible because of all of your efforts. And I don't know if anyone else has anything they'd like to say or add. This is your opportunity. Ed said it all.
Well, they get shy all of a sudden.
So, and thank you for, although you're an Indian giver, you're probably not proper to say that today, but you're going to keep the award that you're making us aware of, but that's how we understand. So
You can come and visit wherever you want.
Well, I already probably messed up with what I just said. So, but guys, I can't say enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And
Thank
God
you
bless
very much.
Can we get a picture?
Of course you can.
Sure.
I'm using two different phones, so be patient. One, two, three. One more. One, two, three. Thanks.
Congratulations. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Xantha.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's like being at an auction or something, livestock auction.
Again, as they're leaving, we are extremely fortunate, as I visit with other commissioners around the state, nobody has a relationship with their board of elections that we have in our state, our county. It's the exception, I think, rather than the rule. We certainly are, we communicate, we talk, we do what's best for the voters in our county, and sometimes personalities get in the way of that, but we're fortunate enough in our county that doesn't occur. So with that, let's move forward.
Resolution number 21-524, in the matter of approving a contract between the Knox County Board of Commissioners and the Delaware County Board of Commissioners regarding reciprocal inmate housing.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jeff Balzer, Chief Deputy with the Sheriff's Office. This is a renewal of the agreement we have with Knox County, reciprocal housing agreement, so we can house prisoners in their facility and they can house prisoners in our facility. Occasionally it comes up where there's a prisoner, for whatever reasons, we need to house them somewhere else. This makes it a lot easier then. We don't have to worry about jumping through hoops. It's already in place, and it's worked well for us.
Has there been much inter-exchange under this program?
We
With
probably
Knox?
have a handful a year. I mean, less than 5 probably.
Okay, so not frequent.
Not very frequent, but it does happen.
It's good to have it
I
back up
agree.
in place.
Other questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-524. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 21-525, in the matter of awarding the bid for the project known as the CDBG PY 2020 Parking, Drainage, and Related Improvements for Kilbourne Planned Commercial District.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Daly, Economic Development. This is awarding the bid that we received for the CDBG Kilbourne project, mainly to build parking lots and stormwater drainage in the planned commercial district. We talked with our engineer on the project, and they found this bid to be low and the best bid. So we are excited to seek your approval and move forward with the project. Happy to answer any questions.
Do you know when the project will be completed?
The intent is to have the project completed as soon as possible, but with, supply chains and things like that, it's a little hard to gauge that right this second, but they're looking forward to moving forward as soon as they can.
It's great to see the progress in Kilbourne. It's really neat.
Absolutely.
I'm going to make
Yes.
a comment. The Kilbourne project is really a unique project, and it's unfortunate a lot of people in our county aren't familiar with it. There's certainly no timeline, but perhaps in some future meeting, taking 5-10 minutes, having developers come and just kind of, one, share their vision and the progress that's been made. I think it would be, beneficial to everybody in the county to have an idea what's going on. It's certainly be beneficial to them as they promote their area. So no time frame, but you might investigate the possibility.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm sure that Garrett and Nate, who have been working really hard on this project, would love to come and chat about their vision for the area.
Very good. Any other questions or comments?
Nope.
Vote.
Vote on motion 21-525. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thanks, Zach.
Resolution number 21-526, in the matter of accepting the drainage maintenance inspection report for 2021 and establishing percents of maintenance assessments for 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brett Bacon, Delaware Soil and Water Conservation District, speaking on behalf of us in the County Engineer's Office for this motion. You have a summary that we prepared in front of you. I'll just hit the high points of that. Currently, we are up to 585 projects on our drainage maintenance program. We added 24 new projects in 2020, so the program obviously continues to grow and become more robust. We completed maintenance projects on 3 agricultural ditches last year, and we've already completed work on a couple this year with plans to do more in the fall. As you recall, back in 2018, we started looking at our projects on a more long-term basis, trying to I'll say stabilize the maintenance percentages, and we continue to make really good progress on that. You'll see that the projects that have been unchanged in their collection percentage from 2020 from 2021 to 2022, as we're proposing, is up to 79%, and that's up from 54% from 2020 to 2021. So the goal being that we hit the sweet spot there, and those percentages are bringing in what is needed to maintain the project and grow that maintenance account on a gradual basis. And I'm very pleased at the progress we're making with that, and would expect that continue to stabilize. As far as looking at some of the balances, the projects with low base, those older projects, the ones that were done late 50s, 60s, into the 70s, those continue to be an obstacle that we need to overcome. You know, this just the value of the infrastructure as it was done then really isn't reflective of the value of the infrastructure now. And then just unanticipated work. We had a very major structural failure on one of the older projects this year, where a 24-inch tile unexpectedly collapsed, and we ended up having to do a full-scale replacement. So on those older projects, that just that's tough to handle on an emergency basis, and we were able to do it, thankfully. But it's still an obstacle that I think we'll continue to tackle.
And I guess future assessments address that?
Yes,
Things back in
yes,
line.
yes.
Any other questions or comments? I just applaud the work you do and your organization. You guys make this work, and thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
No other questions? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-526. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-527, in the matter of approving right-of-way work permit summary sheet.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. Lee Bodnar, Administrator for the County Engineer's Office. These are 4 standard utility permits, nothing out of the ordinary to report.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-527. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-528, in the matter of approving a ditch maintenance petition and the ditch maintenance assessment for Harvest Curve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
Yes, Commissioners, this is a new ditch maintenance program submittal for 38 sublots in the subdivision that's located off Stites Road in Liberty Township.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-528. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-529, in the matter of approving general engineering service agreement 2021-1 with Glass Pile, Schumer, Burns, and DeHaven Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
Yes, Commissioners, this is a firm that was selected through the qualification selection process, as is the normal procedure, and it's for development-related engineering that is as needed, so that you don't have to take every project out to bid, or you don't have to select an engineer for every specific project. This gives us the blanket opportunity to address situations that need to be addressed immediately.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-529. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have a few minutes before we are permitted to start our 10 o'clock hearing, so we can listen to Administrator Cromer.
And Mr. Fromer?
Good morning, Commissioners. I don't have much to report since I wasn't here last week, but I can tell from checking my email that Dawn had everything running perfectly all week long. The only thing I'd report is I had the pleasure of driving across down to Florida, and I will tell you that everybody has decided now to get out and go on vacation. It was probably average 45 miles an hour all the way down 70, 75, and all the restaurants were full, all the gas stations are full, and everybody's out and about, so.
And help wanted signs everywhere.
Yeah, it's, they probably need to change the moniker of fast food, because if you go to fast food restaurants, it's like 30 to 45 minutes, and not because of just a shortage of staffing, so.
Right.
But anyway. Things are definitely, people are deciding to get out and do stuff. So anyway, that's all I have.
Commissioner Lewis?
I'd just like to recognize today as Flag Day. an important day where we should properly honor our flag, a reflection of our values, which is so important to do at this time. That's it.
Excuse me, just a couple things. We had our ODOT follow-up meeting regarding the ODOT projects with the engineer's office, and we continue to move things along slowly, for the 36, 37 interchange, the 23 study, et cetera, the other big projects. But it's good to keep that relationship active and going well. I think ODOT truly does understand just how important some of these projects are to Berlin Business Park and the other economic initiatives we have here, as well as just traffic safety and traffic flow and so on. So I think we're getting their attention and making a little bit of progress. Land Bank meeting is Wednesday. This week is Bob Lamb's last week, and I'd just like to take a moment to just thank Bob publicly. We had a gathering for him last Thursday evening that was very well attended, and Bob has just accomplished a tremendous amount in his almost 6 years that he's been here. When he came into the position as Director of Economic Development, our Economic Development Department was basically non-existent. The plans were pretty much non-existent. The projects were kind of stalled, and since with Bob's leadership and his team and a whole bunch of people developing relationships with the interested parties, we've advanced economic development in this county tremendously. We have a great project pipeline, including the Berlin Business Park and overlays and so on that have been put in place. So again, I would just want to thank Bob and wish him the best in his next venture. And again, the team is in place, the plans are in place, so things will keep moving along. But again, Bob will be missed. And then lastly, I have to congratulate Commissioner Merrill on Oklahoma finally gets a national championship in some sport, and it's just really good to see that happen. So congratulations,
Good to see
Commissioner Merrill. After so many second places, it's great to see.
Some sport.
That's all I've got.
I've obviously got a comment now. To clarify first of all, we did have second in golf, second in women's gymnastics, and second in men's gymnastics. But a lot of teams, a lot of colleges cannot say that. But beyond that, just University of Oklahoma, I don't care whether you're a Sooner fan or not, and I'm a little prejudiced, obviously. But when they won the championship Thursday, without exception, every one of those kids that was interviewed gave credit to God. And that was pretty neat and pretty special to hear. And Oklahoma's won 4 national championships in softball in the last 8 years, really the 7 if you take out the COVID year, and 3 of the last 5. So this is a great team with really wonderful young ladies that are doing it the right way. And I think it's something we should all be proud of, just that we have kids growing up and with values like this. A couple other things. I attended a course of board meeting on Friday in New Albany, and traffic was especially heavy going over and coming back. So people are getting back to normal, and that'll be good for gas tax, I guess, Chris. So, but in fact, I think I thought of that as I was driving. But we have a couple of things on courses I've done I'd like to sit down and talk to you about, some changes because of insurance, that there are less insurance available in some levels. You may already have some knowledge of that, but I just want to bring you up to date, make sure we're all on the same page, but we'll talk about that later. One thing for my fellow commissioners, I think we all got an email a couple days ago regarding mental health and a board opening that we had unexpectedly, and it really is an opening that should be in Delaware County rather than Morrow County to get the numbers in line. We had 2 exceptional candidates, as we mentioned in last week's meeting. And if there's no objection, I would suggest that we allow Jane in her office or Heather in her office just to call that candidate and extend an invitation to them to fill that opening.
Yes.
If there's no
Well, I think it's
objection to
great.
that. We went out of our way to talk about how great these 2 were, and I don't see any reason to start over when we have 2 quality
Oh,
candidates.
no.
So with that, Mike, if you make sure that information gets shared and we move forward on that. I really don't have anything else, so we do have about 7 minutes, and we can't start the hearing earlier, so I'm going to, without objection, we're going to recess until 10 o'clock.